Welcome back to Mana Central. I'm Sam.
And I'm Kenny. This week we're really excited because we're going to be sharing with you the spoilers that we've seen so far for Oath of the Gatewatch. And it's pretty exciting considering, a few of them have already come out with a major game changer as far as basic lands are concerned. But then also, too, we've got a brand new spoiler today that just came out.
Absolutely. We've only got a few so far, but the ones we have gotten are pretty intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. New mechanics, potentially new crazy lands. It's gonna be really interesting.
Right, and so kicking it off, we've got Kozilek the Great Distortion. He's kind of ridiculous. 8 mana, 8 colorless mana, but then 2 wastes. That new mana symbol that we're seeing, the diamond-shaped mana symbol, which is like Eldrazi mana.
I guess.
Yeah, I can't imagine what else they're going to be using it for.
Specific colored mana? That's crazy.
So it's kind of like the 6th color of Magic, which at one point they tried to introduce that with Time Spiral. They were thinking about doing the purple as a color, but that was a legitimate color. This is actually just kind of like a placeholder for the colorless.
Yeah, it's colorless, but it's a specific type of colorless. It's really interesting. There's been a lot of talk about Barry's Land, which is a basic land that produces colorless mana that I know colorless commander players have been wanting for forever.
For ages.
Because filling an entire commander deck with non-basic lands is super obnoxious. And for those of us like me who maybe have wanted to create a colorless commander deck but haven't because of not being able to have a basic land at all, this would be really interesting.
Yeah, this will provide a lot of outlets for that. Give us the ability to do some of the things we wanted. So, as far as Kozilek's abilities go, he's pretty intense because he's a 12/12.
He's got menace.
He's got menace,
right? So he can't be blocked by 2 or more creatures.
And when he enters the battlefield, if you have fewer than 7 cards in your hand, you draw that many cards to offset what you don't have. And then from there, he's got a discard a card with converted mana cost X and counter target or target spell with converted mana cost X. So basically,
that's really cool. I mean, he's a 12/12 with menace. He draws you cards back up to 7. I mean, that's great. So I'm not poo-pooing that by any means. I really wish his last ability was counter target spell with converted mana cost X or less. I don't like that the card you pitch has to exactly match the card that you're countering, but I mean,
sure. I do think that some might look at that as being a little bit overpowered, just because anything with a certain casting cost, with all the Eldrazi we've seen lately, that would take out a good majority of what.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What is less than say 8 with some of the Eldrazi we have seen recently, but at the same time, his conditions definitely open a lot of interesting areas to kind of experience with a mechanic like that. So.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun to see him in Commander. It'll be fun to see he might see standard play. We've seen Ulamog get standard play in some mono green ramp decks. So I'd be interested to see if he actually has a place in standard as well too.
Definitely.
The next card we have to go over is the actual Wastes card, the basic land that produces that Waste type of colorless mana. It is full art, which is awesome, and like we were saying earlier, I mean, this is crazy because it produces colorless mana, but it produces a specific type of colorless mana, not just doesn't tap for just one colorless. So it's really interesting. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it does fill that placeholder of what we've been looking for, like we were saying earlier, of that card that provides colorless mana that can actually function as a basic land, as opposed to any of your regular land types with I'm drawing a blank, but just one that would provide 1 colorless mana or 2 colorless mana, as opposed to something that's designated as that.
Yeah, absolutely. And it should be really interesting the way they're using it to, that certain cards will acquire wastes as part of their casting cost, almost like it is in a way its own color, but it's not. It's still colorless. It's really interesting, and I'm really excited to see kind of how it'll play out.
And to go along with the basic land we now know as wastes, is the first mythic land that we've seen since a while.
Yeah, Maze's End, and well, counting original printings, it's only the second mythic rare land we've ever had. Not counting, of course, expeditions or from the vault. Maze's End was the first mythic rare land in its original print run.
Yeah.
So that's kind of exciting.
So yeah, it's kind of a big deal. It's interesting because it taps for would you know it, wastes, one waste as opposed to an actual colorless mana. It's tapping for the basic land waste.
I also like its secondary abilities are really cool, especially with its name being Mirrorpool. You can pay 2 colorless, a waste, tap and sacrifice it to copy a target instant or sorcery spell you control.
And then choose a new target.
Which is great.
Which is awesome.
And then you can pay 4 colorless and a waste, tap it and sacrifice it to put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of target creature you control. So the fact that it's called Mirrorpool and it mirrors things that you already have going on, I really like just from a technical standpoint.
Yeah, it's really neat how it kind of works with everything you've got, and it's going to be a really awesome mythic land.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this is really cool. I like being able to copy my things I have going on. And
it'll make for some very interesting, very fun gameplay. I mean, it's not a legendary land, so you can expect to see 4 of these in any given standard deck, and I think that it would work really well in standard.
Yeah, I think we'll probably see it more in Commander, simply because it enters the battlefield tapped. It taps for that kind of unique, but depending on how popular the wastes color or color lack thereof becomes in standard, we could see play. Just like I never expected to see Shrine of the Forsaken Gods ever in standard ever, and sure enough, that mono green ramp deck
and a handful of others so far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's got a lot of play.
Way more than I would have ever expected.
Yeah, so I can see Mirrorpool having an equal chance there, because it definitely doesn't have the hurdles that Shrine of the Forsaken Gods has. And but hey, then again, who would call them hurdles when they seem to be doing really well?
Last but certainly not least, so far of the spoilers that we have, is Ayli, Eternal Pilgrim. She's a 2/3 with Death Touch for 1 plains and 1 swamp. You can pay a colorless mana and sacrifice another creature you control to gain life equal to that sacrificed creature's toughness. You can also pay 1 colorless, 1 white, and 1 black, and sacrifice another creature you control to exile target creature.
Permanent.
Oh, permanent.
Non-land permanent.
Jeez, yeah. Exile target non-land permanent.
Yeah.
The only downside to this is you can only activate this ability if you have 10 or more life than your starting life total. But you're white-black.
My gosh.
In Commander, if you're in Oloro, or if you're in any type of white-black life gain in Limited, I mean, this would be... You're probably going to be there.
Yeah, definitely. Her only real drawbacks, I guess, would be that she is a legendary creature. So, you could have 4 of her in a deck, but only 1 out at a time. And I mean, I guess that's really it, because she's 2 mana for 2/3 with Death Touch.
Death Touch? Holy smokes. Limited. I see her totally playable in a limited, like, white-black life gain deck.
Yeah, Limited would be a really strong format for her. She's just a rare, so it's not like it's going to be hard to come across, more than 1 of her, as opposed to what you would see with the, usual mythic pulls. Yeah,
if you're drafting or if you're playing sealed, I could totally see picking her and building a fun white-black life gain sacrifice deck with Zulaport Cutthroat and lots of other cards that...
she'd go great with Drana.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, wouldn't that be the best? If you're building a sealed deck and you get Drana and you get Ayli, holy smokes, that would be That would be awesome.
It would be really cool. I really like her a lot. You know, we were really excited to spoil this one because it happens that, you know, the spoil came out today. And she's listed as a promo for pre-release. So it's actually got the, as you can see here, the January 16-17 of 2016 stamp on it. So it's pretty exciting to see something like this that's actually got a lot of strength to it already. Like, it's a powerful card. Again, it's, you know, it's only 2 mana for a 2/3 with Death Touch, so you can imagine what kind of cards we can still anticipate seeing, and we're just incredibly excited for it. Because this is just touching the surface of what Oath of the Gatewatch has to offer, especially with wastes.
Yeah.
And
crazy stuff going on in Magic right now. Crazy stuff.
I'm just so terribly thrilled. It's awesome.
Thank you for joining us this week on Mana Central. Don't forget to hit that like button if you like what we do, or leave us a comment if you'd like to see ideas on future videos or anything else that we can provide to you.
And let us know what you think of the new spoilers that we've got so far. You know, there's going to be a lot more to come, and we want to hear everybody's ideas and thoughts about what we're seeing so far, because it's exciting. So yeah, like you said, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know how we're doing. Leave us a comment, and we'll definitely be posting more Oath of the Gatewatch spoilers as they come. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys next week.